you like my mustache?
It's magnificent, as always.
Tam bought me wax for Christmas.
Mustache wax.
Yeah, dude. I've been
That's
wanting
classy.
I've been wanting to get some. I think it is classy, dude. I kind of like it.
You have the ability to grow a mustache that
Well, I've never
can be waxed.
I've never flared it out before.
Yeah.
It like kind of grows over my lip, and then I just go wah, grows in my like you know what I mean? Just like a very blue collar mo.
Don't be shy about it.
I'm not.
I think because we always go through we go through patterns, right? So I think the 70s it was like sideburns, stash, facial hair. Mm-hmm. The 90s everyone was depressed.
Big bell bottom jeans.
That was the 70s.
90s like
90s was bell bottom.
Yeah, no, like not bell bottom, like those JUCO jeans, those like ridiculously oversized, like each leg hole was like this big and it flared. It was like a skater scene.
Oh,
no?
like Korn concert jeans.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, let's not. Anyway, yes, like Korn concert jeans. Exactly.
Did you have those?
I never did, no.
No, nor did I. I associate that more with the early 2000s because like new metal.
Late 90s,
mosh
I guess.
pits. Yeah, cool. Well, Happy New Year. Happy 2021.
It's over, man. That's
2020 is in the rearview mirror. We got nothing to worry about now.
Because
that's how time works.
I was talking about this yesterday in bed. I hate, like 21. I just don't like it. It just doesn't sound right. I was talking to Tam about age, sound like being 31. Like I'm not looking forward to, but like 33, I'm okay with. 35 is a bit weird. And then I don't want to be anything till about 40 after that. It's just like some numbers just sound and look good.
You like the odd numbers.
I guess so, yeah.
That's odd.
Well, now I'm thinking about it, yeah. Anyway, what about New Year's?
Yeah. Do you have any resolutions?
I have.
How are we going to make this year better than the last shit show?
It really is not going to be hard. If I just do the bare minimum, I feel like it's going to be a better year. Like it's bad. It was bad. It wasn't a great year, man.
Are you saying you weren't trying?
No, I mean it's been a lot of things just like went wrong, a lot of them. But anyway, I really don't want to talk about 2020. I feel like I just really want to move forward. So 21, I'm doing. I don't want to call it sober January because I won't be sober, but dry January. Yeah. With and I'm leaving it open to maybe push the year. If I find January easy, like I'm eventually probably gonna give up alcohol forever. I think it's on my cards.
Really?
I think so. I don't know when I'll do it, but it's definitely something I want to eventually do.
I didn't. Yeah, I honestly thought you were Australian. You're an alcoholic for life.
Yeah.
Like I just.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like it's celebrated culturally more.
Well, and I feel like getting out of that environment, I see that that's wrong, and extremely unhealthy.
Because like all my Aussie friends are the most pushy when it comes to drinking.
And yeah, man, and that, like I still like drinking. Like you know what I mean? Like I still like that.
Love drinking, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give January a go. Like I'll be able to do dry January. Like I'm not like tempted. Like I'm good to like once I set my mind to something. But
do you think like
if it's tough, I might just start drinking.
Like we're 6 days into it, so like
yeah.
Do you think about alcohol a lot?
Sport. That's like I guess that's the only thing. Like I'm just used to like we just had the World Juniors on.
Yeah.
Watching a lot of hockey, and I'm just like football. It's like Sunday afternoon. You just but no, it hasn't been hard. Not really. Not yet.
It's good. I find, because I was trying to not drink when we were working last year together. And just like, because of work and stuff like that, I was just coming home, having a couple beers. Nothing crazy, but just like having a couple beers 5 days a week.
Yeah.
6 days a week.
Yeah.
That went on for 3 months. Yeah. And then after a while, you start to feel it in your face.
Oh, yeah.
And then I feel like it starts to show. And I think I hit that point where it was starting to show. And I was like,
yeah, dude.
21. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. I've drunk my whole life. Definitely done a lot of drinking.
Did you start early? Like, did you start when you were in your teens?
Teens, yeah, but I wouldn't.
Like, how early?
Like 15. Like, I would say that's pretty regular. I guess.
Yeah.
In Australia, I would say 15's pretty around. Maybe a little bit early, a little bit late.
I actually don't know because I was raised in a like very, we weren't conservative, but like I guess like a traditional kind of household where
Right.
my parents actually paid me not to drink
What?
until I was 18.
Oh, man.
It was like completely on the honor system.
It's so that you're like the third person I've heard in Canada that's I've never heard of that before in my life before I came here. Like that's
Who else?
so
Like
foreign.
from Vancouver?
Like Tam's friends.
Really?
I think 2 of Tam's friends.
Yeah.
Like, or friends of friends, you know?
I think that's dangerous though, because what happened to me was I agreed to it. My brother and sister failed. Actually, no, sorry, my brother failed.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the hospital with alcohol poisoning, and that's how my mom found out from a house party.
I'll get you.
Yeah, the age of 16, I think. And then, yeah, what happened was I turned 18, $1,000 cash, and suddenly I was allowed to drink. So
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
yeah, and I had
It's
no
like, go kill every brain cell you have, like, and you can afford it.
yeah. That $1,000
Man.
lasted a month.
But at least, I wonder. I'd love to see studies done on this because even though you had the money to do it, I wonder. I still think it might be healthier because I feel like people that grew up with not that like drinking at 15, where you like I didn't have a job. I literally thinking back, I can't remember like how I got alcohol. But I didn't have a job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think my parents gave me.
Did you steal it from the
No,
cupboard?
like I would never. I literally would never steal.
We were literally just talking about how you steal.
Well,
all the time.
no. Okay, yeah, you're right. But there's ramifications because I had left said place, right?
Gotcha, yeah,
So you know, I'm not accountable.
You don't
anymore.
steal from
I don't
people
wanna, like,
that you have to see
One of my
anymore.
biggest fears is going to jail. Like I know that because I do steal things often.
That makes sense though.
But can I clarify?
I've
I steal
driven with
things.
you, yeah.
I steal
I see
things
this fear.
from places that can afford it, right? Like I'm Robin Hood, but
you
I
don't give it
only
to
serve
anybody.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm Robin Hood who only serves himself.
You're the poor.
Yeah, but I only do it. I am the poor. You're right, man.
steal
I
from the rich and
I
give
steal
to the
from
poor.
the rich, and I keep it because I'm poor. Anyway, I don't have to justify myself. What was I saying? Sorry, I just finished a fat. I haven't even finished it.
Yeah. So it's dry. It's not a sober January.
It's not sober.
Yeah.
I will be.
You're high as a kite
and like I
right
mean
now.
that we can get into that. Like it has. So I was an alcoholic. I still drink, so it feels weird to be like I was, even though I still drink. Anyway, it was a lot worse than what it was since moving here, and like having weed as like a replacement, like an addiction for an addiction. It's been so much easier to stop drinking as opposed to when the last probably the last year I was in Australia where I was trying to kind of cut down, where it was near impossible because, as you said, a lot of drinking culture. So it's like a lot of text messages like constantly. So you're just like, okay, I'll do it. But since being here and just having weed, and obviously, weed's not legal in Australia, so I couldn't replace it there. Plus, I couldn't smoke.
It's still not legal.
It's medicinally, I think it's legal there now. But I couldn't smoke it anyway because I was in the Navy. So I didn't have that outlet.
Yeah.
And like drinking, I don't know why it's legal, but it was the only legal thing. But it's so fucking unhealthy, man. Like
It's weird how I need to find out who said this quote, but
no, we don't quote people here. We misquote.
Well, I'm gonna
say the quote.
I'm gonna misquote
and
someone.
then if
I
people
don't know who
care,
this
they
guy's
can
name
Google
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quote is, "You can tell a lot about a society by the drugs they use."
Oh, interesting.
And different, if you go over to Asia, I guess opium's more of a problem in different countries.
Historically, I guess. Yeah.
Historically.
Opium? Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Usually because
Quickly move on.
Because
Just quick.
wait,
we don't need to get into it.
this isn't about other countries. I'm just saying like you always get nervous when we talk about countries.
I do, man. I was like, let's just keep it to white countries.
No,
it's
I
fine.
am, but like the quote is about you can tell a lot about a country.
Right.
So like
What is
with our culture, like our drug of choice is alcohol. Where there's been, I guess there have been prohibitions of alcohol.
Yeah.
Throughout the ages
Yeah.
in Western countries, but weed historically left out of the picture. Psychedelics, relatively new in the history of consumption in Western cultures. So I think what was it, the late 60s. I guess like LSD was
Probably.
invented in the 50s. And
LSD was invented.
yeah, it was synthesized in a lab. Albert Hoffman. Yeah, it's like LSD is like a very new drug.
Was it honestly. A naturally occurring thing that was just like, I really don't know anything about it.
No, LSD is not naturally occurring, but
what's like
they were trying to invent it to cure like arthritis or some shit.
Nice. They cured it,
They really missed the mark.
Oh, okay.
But like even naturally occurring stuff like mushrooms and DMT, which occurs in your brain naturally, like DMT had to be synthesized, in a lab.
I've had DMT.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. But like even mushrooms weren't really used by the culture until the 60s. Sure. That's when you had Woodstock and all that.
Anyway,
all that stuff.
So
but I just think like what I was getting at with the alcohol is I think we use it to I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Is Canada would you say alcohol is Canada's like vice though?
I would just I say Western countries because the Commonwealth, like Australia, New Zealand, Canada.
It's just weirdly, UK, alcohol is legal and
I'm not actually sure why. I'm sure there's a
rich history. I have another quote that I love. I think it was Woody Harrelson. Okay. May butcher that.
Doesn't matter.
But he was like, if weed was legal, there'd be a lot more a lot less people with like angry drunk dads and a lot more hungry high dads. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of broken homes because of alcohol. I don't know if there's many broken homes because of weed, man.
I mean, they'd still probably be failures. Like
failures, but because
like unable to hold down a job.
That's their own fault. That's not the alcohol. That is terrible.
I think like weed gets a bad rap.
It has a horrible rap in Australia.
But it does. Every Australian I've ever met, besides bizarre. You really, who I've talked to,
but
they either seem disinterested in it or they're just like really like vehemently just against.
I mean, you got to try everything once, man.
Yeah,
you have to.
I mean, you don't have to.
You should.
Meth. Heroin.
Conditions. I feel like if you gave me the right conditions, man.
You know what I think your drug would be? Have you ever heard of crocodile?
Crocodile?
Yeah. It's synthesized. So it's like it's like a cheap street version of heroin.
Okay.
But if you miss the vein, it melts your skin.
Yeah.
Maybe
in the right conditions?
In the right conditions, yeah.
Well, yeah, if a doctor was administered, I'm just saying, the right conditions.
Yeah. Anyway, but like with weed, it gets a bad rap, but I think there's some truth to it because you kind of have two sides of the aisle. You have the one side, which is the what was that film from like the 30s or whatever? Reefer Madness. Reefer Madness, right?
Oh,
it was that propaganda. That's more of an American thing.
No,
but it's like if you smoke marijuana,
you will die, kids.
Yeah, you're gonna murder someone and jump out a window.
I
listen here, kiddo. Yeah, no, no, but like there's that side of the argument, and then there's like the braid wearing like hemp shirted, West Coaster who's like marijuana is like the solution to the world's problems, man. But then all that's their only life skill is like playing a didgeridoo on the sidewalk.
That's cultural appropriation, but another episode. I just feel like that isn't that like pop culture? Like, why do all those stereotypes are stereotypes? Like that's from the movies you've watched.
Yeah, but what I was getting at though is like there's like both stereotypes have an element of truth to it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like you're gonna have a lot more if marijuana was the drug of choice. If you go out on a Friday night, you're gonna have way less bar brawls. You're gonna have like way less people on the edge of cheating on their girlfriend and then being like, they're gonna smoke a joint and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna go out to the bar tonight and
as far as like curfew at 12, no worries. I'll be in bed by 11. Like
don't have to tell me twice.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, but on the flip side, like I don't know, do you know anybody who's just maybe they smoked too much marijuana through college and now they're just kind of fucked?
No, like I don't have a friend that smoked too much marijuana. Like it's that much of
or like acquaintances, like anybody.
No, I'm telling you, like when with me growing up, like the weed smoke, like were the guys like on like the beatniks and they're like smoking in the corner, like slapping a garbage tin, like you know what I mean? Like they were like scum. Like I'm not shitting you. Like no one smoked weed. Like in a small like country town, maybe had something to do with it. But yeah, man, it's just weed was just like gross. It was just like, oh, you can't afford alcohol, like spit on you. Like it's just and like I smoked cigarettes.
Was it really that?
Like you know what I mean? Like I literally picked up smoke cigarettes to like scoop out the weed and then reuse the filter. Like, and I was like, those scum smoking marijuana while I would like drink 70% vodka like from China.
Yeah, just blast.
Yeah, it's just like, look how unhealthy they are. Like that's why like when I got here, I feel I had very much like an eye-opening, and Tam like kind of just talking to me about like the culture here, and I still couldn't get around how at the time she was like, well, it's not legal, but everyone does it and cops don't care. I'm like, wait, that makes no sense. What do you mean?
It didn't make...
And she couldn't explain it? You can't explain it?
No.
No one I met can explain to me, like, what do you mean?
No,
Cops
I remember
are just like...
when I moved here 8 years ago, I remember reading the paper one morning, and I think it was the chief of police made a public statement, and he said, we are no longer actively arresting people for smoking weed in public.
Oh.
It's still illegal to own...
Is that because it got decriminalized at some point? Like,
no,
way before everyone else?
It was still criminal. He just said it's not a priority. It's like, we don't have the resources to catch...
There's too much weed.
It's a petty crime.
Right.
Like, we've got murders.
So they essentially... they probably got the medical information that they got or whatever, and they're like, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Let's, drop. It just, I guess, kept dropping, but like lower.
Yeah,
priority.
well, it's like when you have the downtown east side, which is primarily, opiate users like heroin, meth. Like meth is a narcotic, but like,
right.
You got like heavy drug users.
Yeah.
It's like you can't prioritize the university student like smoking a joint.
I can't imagine two high people fighting, like two, like punching each other,
or stealing, or causing a ruckus.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, yeah.
But that being said, like there is
people have psychotic breaks on weed.
Yes, and that's kind of what I was getting at. Is like there's an upper limit.
It's
like
annoying. Yeah.
This is where the conversation falls short. Is you have the hardliners who are like, it's like, no, like if you smoke weed, like you're gonna ruin your life, and they just like they're so opposed to it. They can't see any benefits to weed. And then you've got Mr. Dreadlocks, white dreadlocks, who's like just like it can cure cancer. It can, like, it's a wonder drug, right?
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, I know I have people in my life, and I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, but like I had a buddy of mine. We moved out here together, ended up smoking. I mean, both of us, which is like every day when we're in art school, which it was fucking art school, so why not?
You have to.
That's the time, right?
You have to do it.
But yeah, we would get blitzed nearly every day. Difference is I kind of ramped it down after art school. Mm-hmm. He just full bore, just like went and started.
Wait, so once you like finished your education, you're like, okay,
I don't want to say
time.
I didn't stop smoking weed. Like you,
no, but you were
known
like
me for a year.
Yeah,
like,
you smoke some weed.
We've smoked
That's
a fair
okay.
bit.
That's okay.
But yeah, this individual, he
took it up full time.
Full time.
He was like, I don't need a job. I'll just do this full time.
Like, I'm not even. Yeah.
So
essentially,
did he sell? Like,
no, he didn't.
Is your friend a drug dealer?
No. He's not a drug dealer. But he started growing it, and then next thing you know, he's got books about like herbology and like different how to identify mushrooms in like the Pacific Northwest.
He just immersed himself in it. But maybe that's his thing.
Well, it is his thing. It's his entire thing at this, and that's my point. Is like he moved out of Vancouver. I didn't see him for 3 years. Mm-hmm. A few months back, he decided he was gonna, come back to Vancouver. He's back in the city now. I go, hey, like, good to see you, man. Like, what's your plan? And at this point, I hadn't seen him in so long. It was like you can tell how someone's changed when you're with someone every day. There's like, we're changing a little bit every day, but we don't really notice it. But if I didn't see you in 3 years and then I saw you,
it's like putting on weight. You're like, you see a photo and you're like, fuck, what? Oh God, yeah.
Been there, yeah. But yeah, anyway, he came back. I was like, "What's your plan?" He's like, "Oh, I want to like get closer to nature, so I'm thinking about setting up my tent in Stanley Park and like just chilling out for a while." I'm like, "So no job?" He's like, "No, I just want to like work on my
self. I
guess like reading books on like
Can you legally camp in Stanley Park?
No, it's called being homeless, Jordy.
Yeah, he's homeless. He's a homeless man.
Yeah, let's call it what it is.
Right.
Yeah, no,
God's
but
homeless,
anyway, his mom kind of intervened there because she was not going to have her son.
How old was this person?
He's my age, 28.
Like late 20s, yeah.
Yeah. He's living in a commune now in Gabriola Island.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's got a roof over his head.
His address.
Yeah, okay, so...
But yeah,
I guess everyone will... What if he's told that story in that commune about how he camped in Stanley Park once? Now everyone knows.
Didn't camp because his mom was like, you are not... Like, my son
What if his mum dropped him off and was like, no more camping in Stanley Park? And
That's
everyone heard it,
did, man.
and now they know.
No, she went on Craigslist when she found out what his plan was.
I love Craigslist. Man. I've never have I been on the website, but I love it. I love everything.
You gotta check it out.
Oh yeah. God,
it used to be like way rowdier back in the day. They had a personal section.
Oh my God, I've seen like excerpts of some Craigslist things, man, and I love the internet.
I love Craigslist. Back when they had a personal section, which was like purely used for like casual hookups with strangers. This was like it was pre-Tinder, before Tinder was a thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, okay.
I remember in high school. One of the worst things we did, same individual, we put up a post on the Craigslist personals saying, like, hey, looking, I'm a midget, looking, like, we put, like, all these, like, I'm looking for someone who has like, you know, midget fetish, like, foot fetish.
Like, all at once? Like,
just
one
like,
person
like,
all?
I'm a middle-aged man, you know, looking for, like, midget, like, warty toes, like, just, like, the nastiest shit, like...
Just a freak.
Just, like, full body
Certified
hair.
freak.
Yeah, like, Shisa, like, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And we put his number, because you could just, like, you know, stamp
call
his
me.
number on the...
Come.
For 3 weeks. 3 weeks he was getting calls at school.
Oh, man. That's, like, bullying, right?
It's hazing.
Yeah,
but we're friends.
Let's call it bullying. Let's call it what it is.
We're friends. He thought it was funny.
It made me think...
It's
like,
not bullying if they think it's funny.
Remember, like, the early days of the internet? Like, I guess to me, but, like, do you remember Hot or Not? And you would just post a photo of you and you're like your shittier, like, reverse camera on your phone.
Was that on Facebook, like an app?
No, it was just its own... like website, and it turned into an app.
Man. I avoided that so
There was
hard.
one you could rate other people's shits. Did you ever? Oh man, I
heard about it.
Yeah, I was a member. I logged on a few times.
Did you post a few?
I posted a few. I've been
What
known.
was your, like, average scores out of 10?
Like 3s and 4s, you know.
They rate it with peanuts.
Yeah.
Like 1 out of 5 peanuts.
Oh yeah, I really wish my brother did one. I'm going to tell a really personal story about my brother.
Please.
Everyone knows it. He hates it. I hope he hears it.
Yeah.
So when he was like 10, right? I'll tell you what I remember of this. I remember being asleep. I think it was a school night, and I woke up to like sirens, lights like illuminating my room. I was like, oh, what's going on here? My brother, I won't say his name. You know who you are. I only have one. I see him on like a hospital, like paramedics taking him into an ambulance, and I was like, what? Where's he going? He went to the hospital, whatever. Found out later, this guy, right? This 10-year-old, my brother, older
10.
brother.
Okay.
He's 10, I was 6, 7, about that. 7, I think. Found out later,
memories.
he was taking a massive shit, and he shat out his small intestine. He pushed so hard, he shat out his small or large, I can't remember what's
Large
the closest.
is the lower one. If it's
large,
small, you got a problem.
Okay, large intestine. He shat out a portion of his large intestine.
So he prolapsed.
He prolapsed.
Oh,
man, there's a lot of... I always get this wrong. It's between a golf ball and a softball, and I'm not sure which one it was.
Either's not good.
Neither's good. Well, I think I might be a golf ball. But anyway, so he had to go to the hospital, and then they had to cut his anus to let it go back in. And now he has an inhumanly large anus. And he does the biggest shits I have ever seen. If you want to know, picture a Subway foot long, girth, width, length, everything. Like this.
Is your sphincter really holding back that much shit? I literally thought it just evacuated whatever was in the tube.
No, it matters. The flexibility matters.
So your brother got 1/2 of the human centipede surgery.
He's ready to receive a nostril. Absolutely. Just gonna be attached. Or no, mouth. Is it a mouth?
Yeah, it was mouth
over the anus. He's ready to receive a mouth over... No, I thought it was... Oh, sorry, I just had flashbacks
Doesn't
to last
matter,
night.
man. Oh,
Anyway, so that made me think
So
of.
he's got a gaping asshole.
He consistently does Subway footlongs, man.
I hope it's
he has
a
to get
golf ball.
special toilets.
I hope it's
he
a
built a
golf ball.
house and he had to get like proper toilets, like industrial size. That's a lie. Not a lie, but like he did have to get special
It's a
toilets.
half truth, yeah.
It's a half truth. Anyway, that's the story of my brother doing massive shits. How did we get here, man?
Thank you for that.
How did
yeah.
we get, early days of the internet. I really wanted to talk about rapemyshit.com, I think it was called. Do you remember Lemon Party?
No. I think we had different outlets on
I
social
think we
media.
might.
Because this is like the early days of social media before the entire
it was
world
kind of
got on
before
Facebook.
social media.
Yeah,
Well,
it
was before Facebook.
On mine you had what was it? It was not dissimilar. It was like I remember it was what was it called? Anyway, it was essentially it would be like, do you think Jasper has pretty eyes, right?
Oh, okay.
You know, and then people would answer the question, and then you get like that little notification, and it's like Katie, or sorry,
Katie?
I won't say her last name. And it was like,
You
doesn't
could have
matter.
been,
She's never gonna watch
you could have
this.
been using a generic name. No one knew until
Katie
you're like,
is a
"Whoops."
generic name.
Katie
Yeah.
is a generic
anyway,
name.
It's like so and so like answered a question, right?
Right.
And then you're like, what the fuck? So you go.
What'd they say?
You go, and it won't show you the question until you play into the game and answer questions
someone
about
else.
Yeah, so it's like a vicious.
So you have to
circle.
bully in order to be bullied.
Yeah, it's not really bullying. It's more like.
Isn't it though?
Is it?
Can it not be used
You're
as
just
such?
being like a judgmental asshole, I guess.
We had different childhoods, I guess.
Sounds like you got bullied a lot in high school.
I did.
Did you actually?
I did, and I partook. I was like a weird middleman.
Yeah.
I was like popular with the popular kids, but also like the shit kids like me, and I like bullied. Like, I got bullied by both. Like,
Yeah.
it was.
hurt people.
Yeah, man. It was a tough neighborhood.
Cycle of life. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's a
Hard
generational
streets.
thing.
I nearly got in a lot of fights.
Really? Never. Never actually.
Well, not at school, but yeah, I nearly got in a lot of fights at school. I got the
You
gift.
almost sounded like real tough.
No, yeah, that's why I
Were
did
you
have to
starting these fights almost?
God
or
no.
Like,
Oh, exclusively never.
what were you bullied for?
Usually I was just a smart ass. One time I remember specifically, I remember his name, I won't say it. He had red hair. You know who you are. He liked my girlfriend, who I was dating at the time. I was 15, I think. Anyway, this kid was, I think, 14. I think he was a year below me. Yeah. Looking back, that's pathetic, Jordan. All right. Anyway, so he just decided, and he told a friend of a friend. It was so weird because he was friends with all of my friends, but me and him weren't. And so all of my friends were like, "Hey, man, this guy, he's going to try to fight you at lunch." I'm like, well, "Can you talk him out of it? His mind's made up." Sorry, man. I'm like, I really rather wouldn't. And yeah, so it's anyway. So
When you said almost got in a fight, I assumed it was like
this
some
was like a
lunchtime thing where he
planned-
comes up to you in the hall like, "Hey, man,
oh,
like,
you're not done
after
yet, man.
school-"
I'm not done.
But you're like telling your friends like, "Tell this guy that I'm not gonna fight him."
We'll get to it.
Okay.
So that was the day before, and then I already suffer from anxiety. So not only I had a day's notice on MSN. It was, remember MSN? So I had a day's notice in like a group chat on MSN that this person's gonna fight you. There's nothing we can do. I was like, all right, cool. Lunch the next day. So I went to my dad. I remember before school the next morning, we had a boxing bag and he took me out there and we were like, my dad was like, right. I'm like, oh, no.
Did your dad know you were about to get into a
I
fight?
told him, I'm like, I don't want to go to school. He was like, Jordy, you need to face your problems. That you can't run from these things. And, he was a tough guy, growing up.
This is the most Aussie story I've ever heard.
But he took me out to the boxing bag and
Yeah.
I was like doing some Rocky on that shit. And he was just like, all right,
It was
hop on the
Rocky.
school bus.
It was Rocky.
It was
all right.
Rocky. Anyway, lunch came around, stressing the whole fucking day. I tried to be sick. I tried to be everything. And my mum and my dad were both like, you gotta go to school, bud. Like, you're not sick. I was like, fuck, you're horrible parents. Love you. Anyway, lunchtime came around. This guy came up to me. And he, how people intimidate in the early days. They used to like get right in your face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he got right in my face. And it wasn't nice. And I was like, are you going to fucking kiss me? That's all I said. And then he like pushed me, had a swing. And then my friends just came in and just broke it up straight away. And then somehow I came out of it looking tough because I said, in adversity, in staring in the face of a fucking fist, I had a quippy, smart one-liner. It got broken up. I didn't get punched.
Yeah.
I came out free. He looks like an idiot.
And
He got in trouble.
Like, hold him back.
So it was a win-win. And there was
you really came out on top.
I really came out on top. I don't get in fights. I just get punched.
Was that like the last almost fight you almost had? Or
No,
was
no,
that
no.
sort of like that set off a chain of events? Like, oh, like this Jordy guy's real tough.
That's how it got off. That's the only time I pulled it off. The other times I just got punched.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't fight back. That's the key.
Okay,
that's
so
why it's not called a fight.
You got beat.
I got usually one or two punches.
It was a fight.
Actually,
but it was like
it's all been one. It's all been one punch. It's all been one punch.
Oh my god.
So that's why I haven't been in a lot of fights. I've just been punched three, four times.
Did any of this go to the? Because I was gonna say, like,
This was all. I haven't been punched since I was 17.
That's good.
Yeah, so like my adult life, I just got punched like 4 times as a teenager. I had a mouth on me, man. Like I wasn't a big guy. Like I didn't have anything else going for me at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I'll just be a smart ass.
Because like you're what? You're like 6'1".
No, 6.
You're 6.
Just 6 flat.
So you're a big guy now. I just feel like people aren't gonna pick on you so much nowadays.
But I was like a little string bean, and I hit puberty way late, like 15, 16. I hit puberty. So like when I was getting all these fights, I looked like an 11-year-old, like a 12-year-old maybe. Yeah, I just wasn't a.
Yeah, I don't know
big guy.
Last time I got bullied was grade 3. I had one.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
that's good, man.
Yeah, I had one. I don't remember his name. Not that I should, but he. I just had this one guy just single me out every recess. He'd come up to me in the playground, just call me names and shit, and just like try and get in my face. And I was starting to get like really worked up about it because I'm in grade 3. I'm like, I didn't want to be in a fight. Like I was.
You were a big guy, weren't you?
It was grade 3.
Chubby then? I guess everyone's the same.
I wasn't chubby until like high school, but
Nice. Same.
You got fat right when you should have started dating.
Nah, high school I was good. It was adulthood, like 18, 19. No, I was 20, 21, 22. That's when it all.
No, I was fattest in high school. Anyway, This is besides the point. This guy would like single me out, and I just remember one day I was like, okay, I gotta, tell my parents I gotta deal with this now.
Yeah, you got to knock on him. Absolutely.
Yeah. That was my strategy.
Fight violence with silence.
That was my strategy, but he gave me anyway. So he came up to me at recess one day. I was playing with like a toy truck in the dirt, right, by myself. I don't know why I was by myself. I had friends in grade 3. This was like peak Pokemon years too, like when the black market was.
Oh man,
do you remember the Pokemon black market?
Like I'm just the right amount, like to be older than you. To like that was my prime. Like Pokemon. I think the cartoon was like 90. 95. I think 95. The game came out. Yeah. I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So like I began watching cartoons when Pokemon started. Like it's my life. Pokemon's my life. My favorite day of all time. Like if anyone asked me like what's your best day ever, it was like Christmas when I was like 7 or 8, and I remember spending it in the top of a church, and it was the day I got a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Blue.
Oh really?
Yeah, best day of my life. I spent a whole fucking day playing Game Boy.
I have a... Sorry, this is completely...
Sorry, off topic. I just had to... You say Pokemon?
Put a pin in Pokemon. We'll come back to that. Anyway, this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, loser, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, loser.
Gets up in my face. He pushes me. And like when you push someone, that just... it's like that's the trigger for most people. Anyway,
Not this guy.
I pushed him. He wasn't expecting me to push him. Oh. I managed to get him to the ground.
Just from a single push?
I don't know if it was like a bit of a scrap, and I got him on the ground because he was on me, and I kicked him in the ribs as hard as I could.
Oh my God, Jasper.
5 times.
That's assault. That's assault.
And he was crying.
He
was in tears.
Yeah. Imagine as a grown man, a 3-year-old kicking you 5 times in the ribs. It's still not going to be fun, I think.
No.
And you did that to someone with much weaker bones.
Yeah, slightly. I think he was a grade ahead of me.
Oh well, he deserved
But yeah, that
it.
was the last time I ever got bullied. So I'm very.
We have different methods, and they both work.
Very thankful.
That's the point.
Well, I think after grade 6, I had a bunch of growth spurts. I was basically 6'1" by the time I was in grade 8 or 9.
Oh shit! Yeah, so you're just no one's gonna pick on the tall guy.
They left me alone.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Is that it then?
Yeah, I mean,
when there's too much of a lull, I was like, next topic, quick.
We're allowed to have dead air, man. This is a
you're
podcast.
Right.
Nobody's watching. Like,
what
who gives
was?
a shit? We were talking about like addiction.
And, oh yeah, weed.
Let's wrap up the whole addiction.
Wrap up addiction.
I think 2021. I just think this last year we're gonna see. I mean, we're already seeing it. Like addiction's at an all-time high, and the thing, it's like people are either going to be drinking too much, smoking too much. I think if you are addicted to those things, and you try and remove one, from my own experience, is you're just going to replace it.
Absolutely.
With so like that can be porn, that can be social media, YouTube, like.
Okay. I do all of those things now. Okay.
We're all addicted to
the shit. Okay.
Man.
Fuck.
Like,
God, you've really opened my eyes. I do all of those things every day.
Yeah, but you don't see it as problematic.
I don't.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
Because...
Like, I kind of know where I'm going to delve to. I'm going to go to the alcohol. I'm going to go to the weed. I'm going to go to the food. Like, that's kind of...
Food.
That's kind of where I go.
Yeah.
Food. Actually, food I don't. I'm not a food eater. I just drink a lot.
You're not a food eater?
Well, I eat food to survive.
Yeah,
no.
I just thought you were more of a foodie.
No, I love food. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I have a weird relationship with my own body. I'm just like, right now, where I'm starving him. I don't know why. It feels good to be hungry a lot. So I'm just like, I'm eating very little these days.
I mean, you're expending very little calories day
Which
to
is
day.
Probably, like, maybe it's a good thing then.
That's
you know
healthy,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Maybe I'm just doing exactly what my body is telling me to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, dude, we're doing nothing.
Body.
Like, how about we stop? Yeah, man. Well, good for it, hey?
Cool, man. I don't know. I guess we're talking about addiction, so if we're gonna wrap this up,
I'm still very addicted.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help if you feel like you can't handle it. You have to end it.
Oh, dude, lifeline.com. That's where I go. Lifeline.com.
Lifeline.com.
That's in Australia. Just lifeline.com. You can just call up, talk to someone.
Just
whatever.
Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never use those resources. I
Literally,
should have at some point, but
if you need help, just Google it.
Yeah. Talk to people.
You'll find resources.
Yeah.
All right. Too much time on that. Peace. Let's go.
Peace.